Top 15 Richest Criminals in History. Welcome back to our channel. In today's episode, we delve into the world of crime and wealth, as we uncover the top 15 richest criminals in history. From notorious mobsters to high-stakes fraudsters, these individuals built vast fortunes through illegal means. Frank Lucas. Frank Lucas was born on September 9, 1930, in LaGrange, North Carolina. He grew up in a poor family and worked on a farm as a child. Lucas became involved in the drug trade during the late 1960s and early 1970s. He was known for smuggling high-quality heroin from Southeast Asia, specifically the Golden Triangle region, into the United States. Lucas gained notoriety for his Blue Magic brand of heroin, which was said to be of exceptionally high purity. He smuggled the drug using military planes and coffins of dead American servicemen during the Vietnam War. Lucas's criminal activities attracted the attention of law enforcement agencies, particularly the Drug Enforcement Administration, DEA. He was eventually arrested in 1975 and sentenced to 70 years in prison. However, his sentence was later reduced after he became an informant and provided valuable information to the authorities. The exact amount of Frank Lucas's wealth during his criminal activities is difficult to determine with certainty. Estimates vary, but it is believed that at the peak of his operation, Lucas amassed a fortune worth $52 million. Kun Sa. Kun Sa, whose birth name was Chiang Kai-shek, was born on February 17, 1934, in Loi Mao, Shan State, Burma, now Myanmar. Kun Sa started his career as a soldier in the Kuomintang, KMT, army, which retreated to Myanmar after losing the Chinese Civil War. He eventually became the leader of a faction within the KMT and established himself as a powerful figure in the Shan State. He gained international notoriety for his involvement in the opium and heroin trade. He controlled a vast network of poppy fields and drug laboratories in the Golden Triangle region, which encompasses parts of Myanmar, Laos, and Thailand. He later formed his own armed group called the Mong Thai Army, also known as the Shan United Army, SUA. The SUA fought for greater autonomy for the Shan state and funded its activities through the drug trade. Kun Sa was often referred to as the Opium King, due to his dominance in the global heroin market during the 1970s and 1980s. He was considered one of the world's most significant drug traffickers during that time. In addition to his involvement in the drug trade, Kun Sa aspired to be a political leader. He advocated for the establishment of an independent Shan state and attempted to negotiate with the Myanmar government, but his efforts were largely unsuccessful. Estimates of his net worth vary, with some reports suggesting it could have reached $5 billion. Pablo Escobar. Pablo Emilio Escobar Gaviria was born on December 1, 1949, in Rio Negro, Colombia. He grew up in a lower-middle-class family and showed entrepreneurial skills from a young age. He began his criminal career in the 1970s by engaging in various illegal activities, including smuggling cigarettes, stealing cars, and selling fake lottery tickets. He eventually transitioned into the cocaine trade, capitalizing on the rising demand for the drug in the United States. Escobar co-founded the Medellin Cartel, a powerful drug trafficking organization based in Medellin, Colombia. The cartel became the primary supplier of cocaine to the United States during the 1980s and early 1990s. Under Escobar's leadership, the Medellin cartel controlled an estimated 80% of the global cocaine market. It is believed that at its peak, the cartel was generating billions of dollars in revenue annually. Escobar was notorious for his ruthless tactics to maintain his power and protect his criminal empire. He ordered numerous assassinations, bombings, and acts of violence, including the infamous bombing of Avianca Flight 203, resulting in the deaths of all 107 people on board. Escobar cultivated a Robin Hood-like persona by using a portion of his illicit wealth to fund housing projects, schools, and other public amenities for the poor in Colombia. This gained him some support from the local population. Escobar became one of the most wanted criminals in the world. Colombian and international authorities, including the DEA, Drug Enforcement Administration, relentlessly pursued him. The manhunt for Escobar lasted for years and involved intense violence and political turmoil in Colombia. As the head of the Medellin cartel, Escobar became one of the wealthiest criminals in history, with an estimated net worth of $30 billion during his peak. El Chapo. Joaquin Archibaldo Guzmán Lara, commonly known as El Chapo, was born on April 4, 1957, in La Tuna, Sinaloa, Mexico. He grew up in a poor rural family and became involved in the drug trade at a young age. He was a prominent leader of the Sinaloa cartel, one of Mexico's most powerful and notorious drug trafficking organizations. The cartel gained significant influence and controlled a major share of the drug trade, particularly in cocaine, heroin, and methamphetamine. El Chapo was known for his elaborate tunnel systems used for smuggling drugs across the Mexico-United States border. These tunnels were often equipped with ventilation, lighting, and other sophisticated features to evade law enforcement. Escapes from prison. El Chapo gained international attention for his dramatic prison escapes. He first escaped from a Mexican prison in 2001 by hiding in a laundry cart. After being recaptured in 2014, he escaped again in 2015 through a mile-long tunnel that connected his prison cell to an outside location. He was recaptured in 2016 and subsequently extradited to the United States. El Chapo faced numerous criminal charges, including drug trafficking, money laundering, organized crime, and murder. In 2019, he was found guilty on 10 federal charges in the United States, including engaging in a continuing criminal enterprise and drug trafficking. Guzmán appeared multiple times on Forbes' list of billionaires with a net worth of approximately $1 billion before his capture in 2016. Dawood Ibrahim. Dawood Ibrahim Kaskar was born on December 26, 1955, in Dongri, Mumbai, India. He hails from a Konkani Muslim family and is the son of a police constable. He is known for his involvement in the realm of international drug trafficking and extortion. He was the mastermind behind the D Company, a criminal organization based in Mumbai that expanded its operations globally. Dawood Ibrahim rose to prominence during the 1980s and 1990s as a key figure in the Mumbai underworld. He controlled an extensive network involved in various criminal activities, including smuggling, arms trafficking, and illegal gambling. Dawood is believed to have played a significant role in the 1993 Bombay bombings, one of the deadliest terrorist attacks in India's history. The bombings targeted multiple locations in Mumbai, resulting in over 250 fatalities and numerous injuries. After the Bombay bombings, he fled India and has been on the run since then. He is currently listed on Interpol's wanted list and is designated as a global terrorist by the United States. Dawood, the godfather of Mumbai, Ibrahim's criminal empire amassed a fortune estimated to be around $6.7 billion. Griselda Blanco. Griselda Blanco, born on February 15, 1943, in Cartagena, Colombia, was a notorious drug lord known as the cocaine godmother. She grew up in poverty and became involved in criminal activities at a young age. She played a significant role in the infamous Medellin cartel, led by Pablo Escobar. She became one of the key figures in the cocaine trade during the 1970s and 1980s. Blanco was a pioneering figure in the illegal drug trade, particularly in the United States. She played a crucial role in establishing smuggling routes and developing distribution networks, especially in Miami, Florida. Known for her ruthless and violent methods, Griselda Blanco was responsible for ordering numerous assassinations and acts of violence. She was involved in the infamous Miami drug war during the 1980s, which resulted in a wave of violence and deaths. Blanco earned the nickname of Black Widow due to her involvement in the murder of multiple husbands and lovers. She used her personal relationships to advance her criminal enterprises and eliminate rivals. Blanco's criminal activities attracted the attention of law enforcement agencies. In 1985, she was arrested in California and later sentenced to more than a decade in prison for drug trafficking charges. Blanco's involvement in the drug trade during the 1970s and 1980s accumulated her a wealth estimated at $2 billion. Meyer Lansky. Born as Meyer Sucholjansky on July 4, 1902, in Grodno, Russian Empire, now Belarus, Meyer Lansky immigrated to the United States with his family in 1911 and settled in New York City. Lansky became involved in organized crime during his teenage years. He played a key role in the development and expansion of illegal gambling operations, bootlegging during Prohibition, and later, the establishment of a national crime syndicate. He was known for his financial acumen and ability to manage and control the finances of criminal enterprises. He was involved in money laundering, investments in legitimate businesses, and offshore banking operations. Lansky, along with other prominent mobsters like Charles Lucky Luciano, helped establish the enforcement arm of the Italian-American mafia known as Murder Incorporated. The group carried out contract killings and other acts of violence on behalf of organized crime syndicates. Lansky played a significant role in the Havana Conference of 1946, where top mobsters from around the United States gathered to discuss and coordinate their criminal activities, particularly in the casino and gambling industry in Cuba. He had a long-standing partnership and friendship with Charles Lucky Luciano. Together, they formed a powerful alliance that spanned criminal activities and business ventures. Lansky is credited with having a significant influence on the development of the Las Vegas casino industry. He played a key role in the funding and management of the Flamingo Hotel, which is considered one of the first major resorts on the Las Vegas Strip. Throughout his criminal career, Lansky was the target of numerous law enforcement agencies, including the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI. Despite being suspected of various criminal activities, he managed to avoid major convictions and spent much of his life under constant scrutiny. Lansky's involvement in all of his activities earned him an estimated net worth of $300 million. Carlos Leder. Carlos Enrique Leder Rivas was born on September 7, 1949, in Armenia, Colombia. He grew up in a middle-class family and later became involved in criminal activities. He was one of the co-founders of the notorious Medellin cartel, along with Pablo Escobar and others. The cartel was responsible for smuggling massive amounts of cocaine into the United States during the 1970s and 1980s. Leder played a pivotal role in establishing and expanding the cocaine smuggling routes from Colombia to the United States. He was known for utilizing small aircraft to transport large quantities of cocaine, taking advantage of remote airstrips and island hideouts. Leder gained significant notoriety for transforming the island of Norman's Cay in the Bahamas into a major drug trafficking hub. He operated a sophisticated operation there, including an airstrip, warehouses, and a network of associates to facilitate the transportation of cocaine. He had political aspirations and sought to gain influence and power. Leder attempted to create a political party in Colombia, advocating for the legalization of drug trafficking and using his wealth to fund campaigns and projects. His activities attracted the attention of law enforcement agencies, particularly the United States Drug Enforcement Administration, DEA. In 1987, he was arrested in Colombia and later extradited to the United States to face drug trafficking charges. Leder stood trial in the United States and was found guilty on multiple counts, including drug trafficking, conspiracy, and racketeering. He received a lengthy prison sentence of over 100 years without the possibility of parole. While in prison, Leder cooperated with the U.S. authorities, providing information and testimony against other drug traffickers and corrupt officials. His cooperation was instrumental in dismantling the Medellin cartel and aiding subsequent investigations. Leder's key role in establishing the drug trafficking routes between Colombia and the United States accumulated him a fortune of around $2.7 billion. Al Capone. Born as Alphonse Gabriel Capone on January 17, 1899, in Brooklyn, New York, Al Capone was one of the most notorious American gangsters of the 1920s and 1930s. He was of Italian descent and grew up in a working-class family. Capone rose to power during the Prohibition era, when the sale and distribution of alcohol were illegal in the United States. He became involved in bootlegging, illegal gambling, and other criminal activities. He became the leader of the Chicago Outfit, a powerful organized crime syndicate based in Chicago. Under his control, the outfit engaged in various criminal activities, including the illegal sale of alcohol, extortion, and prostitution. Capone's notoriety reached its peak with the infamous St. Valentine's Day Massacre on February 14, 1929. The event involved the murder of 7 members of a rival gang, the North Side Gang, in a dispute for control of the Chicago bootlegging business. His criminal empire extended beyond bootlegging. He also controlled numerous speakeasies, gambling establishments, and brothels, amassing significant wealth and power. Despite his involvement in various criminal activities, Capone was ultimately convicted of tax evasion. In 1931, he was found guilty of evading income tax payments and sentenced to 11 years in federal prison. Capone was incarcerated at the Alcatraz Federal Penitentiary from 1934 to 1939. During his time there, he experienced a decline in his health due to syphilis and other health issues. Al Capone was often portrayed in the media as a charismatic and flamboyant figure, known for his sharp suits, cigars, and lavish lifestyle. He became a symbol of organized crime during the Prohibition era. The notorious American gangster of the Prohibition era's bootlegging and illegal activities led to an estimated net worth of $1.3 billion, making him one of the wealthiest criminals of his time. These individuals accumulated unimaginable wealth through their illegal enterprises, leaving a lasting impact on both the criminal underworld and society as a whole. Join us next time as we continue to uncover fascinating stories from the past. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more intriguing content.